Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of Love Yourself Healthy. So this week we are exploring some of the unhealthy ways our body tries to protect us. So we already know that your body is constantly in a safety mode. She does not want you to get hurt by anything, okay? And that's whether it's something that could actually really hurt you or just has the possibility of hurting you. So that often means uncomfortable feelings, confrontation, stress, and massive things like grief and stuff like that. Like, she will use whatever she can to protect you from any of these things. And she uses like a tried and tested method. So your entire life, she has been using different ways to try and protect you and figuring out which works the fastest, the easiest, and the most effectively. Now, most of these ways are unhealthy to her. She doesn't actually care about that because all she cares about is the immediate danger. And it doesn't matter if the danger is tiny, like you've just got to make an uncomfortable phone call, or the danger is huge and you're about to lose a loved one, like a really traumatic event. She actually doesn't care about the scale of that. All she cares about is protecting you in that moment. She does not think about the future. I know she makes you worry a lot about the future because that's another way she protects you, but we'll put that aside at the moment. She doesn't think about the future. So if her tried and tested way of protecting you is something like alcohol, for example, and she knows that if you have 2 glasses of wine in the night, you're going to relax and you're going to forget about all of your worries and you're not going to be able to get hurt because you're just going to be laughing at some show on Netflix. She'll do it again and again and again and again, and she won't be thinking about the long-term effects of the alcohol. All she'll be thinking is that immediate gratification, that immediate safety, because she hates the threat. She hates the threat of even thinking that you're going to have to cope with something. She loves you that much. That's how much she loves you. She doesn't even want you to think about the thing that might cause you hurt. It might not even cause you hurt, but she doesn't even want you to think about what might cause you hurt. So she puts in these loads and loads of different ways to protect yourself from actually feeling or thinking about any of these things way before you've even thought about them. And like I said, because she is all about immediate safety, there is no thought on the long-term effects on her as your body or how that's going to actually affect you in the future. It's also like this mental thing where like your mental health doesn't actually come into it. Like if you're having a really good day, like a really, you're feeling good, you've got all your ducks in a row, you're going about your day, you're doing really well. It's not like she's going to be like, oh, she can cope today. Let's let some of these emotions out. Let's, bring out some of these memories and see what we can unpack and heal. No, she doesn't want to do that. No, that day is exactly the same as any other day. She will still protect you like her life depends on it. But she doesn't think about what might like how that might affect your mental health in the future on a bad day. Say you've got depression, anxiety, something like that. Like she doesn't think about the impact of these tools that she's using to protect you that are unhealthy, especially for her. She doesn't think about how that impacts you in the future. So it's like when most of us are walking around day by day. We're so busy, we've got so much to do, so much to fit inside the day. I've got a little one actually just running around right now. Sorry to tip the thing over. Yeah, we're so busy, we've got so much to do, we've got so much responsibility. Like like so much responsibility, too much responsibility. We're trying to fit everything in. We're trying to be the perfect mother, the perfect partner, the perfect woman, the perfect businesswoman, perfectly healthy, perfectly exercising, looking perfect on all of our social media. We are bombarded with the message that we have not got time to do anything. So we often do not even take a moment to think about these things. We don't have the time to sit down and reflect. We don't reflect on how strong we are. We don't reflect on the things that we may need to heal from. We don't reflect on what emotions we're pushing down or stuffing down, because we're so busy on that hamster wheel every single day until we drop in our beds, and then we've probably still got kids surrounding us. So when we're living that way, it means that all of our control is in the power of our body. So she's in charge. She's Mama Bear. She knows what's best for you. She's going to do all of these things to keep you sane, safe. Change equals danger. You thinking about what you might need to heal equals danger. You feeling strong enough to cope with these emotions equals danger. So therefore she does everything she can, keep you busy, keep you distracted, keep you stuff in your face to push your emotions down, so that there's no danger, so that you're safe. And she does this completely out of love. Like, you can't see this as a way that your body's punishing you, or in a way that, you know, she's doing this to spite you because she doesn't want you to reach your goals or something like that. It's none of that. She's literally only doing this because she loves you that much, that she cares more about your immediate feelings. She cares more about you being safe in this moment than she cares about her body. She cares about herself for her rest of her life. That's how much she cares about you. And she's done this since you were a tiny little child. So she knows which work. She knows which protections work on you. And unfortunately, most of the protections that she chooses are unhealthy for herself. They're unhealthy for you. Now let's have a look at some of these ways. So like we said already, busyness is a massive thing. Making yourself so busy that you don't have time to stop and think, you don't have time to do anything other than what you've got planned in that day. That kind of goes hand in hand with perfectionism, because when you're trying to be perfect, you have to keep busy. And you have to beat yourself down because you're never quite getting there. A negative voice, that leads us on to a negative voice, because most of us walk around with a negative voice inside our heads that's totally criticising us, that's being mean to us, that's telling us we're a failure. That voice is a form of protection. That voice is your body trying to distract you from what you need to heal from. Trying to distract you from your power, to distract you from your strength, distract you from trying to process any emotions that she's holding on to you. And I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but emotions are energy. Everything around us is energy. We are a big ball of energy, and emotions are little balls of energy that pop up in response to either a situation, a conversation, a memory, or a trauma. And all an emotion needs is for you to look at it, acknowledge it, feel it, empathize with why you have it, maybe feel it again. And if there's no action that you feel compelled to take, then that's enough for the energy to just disappear back into the universe, become something different, something more beautiful, okay? There is no bad emotion. There's no bad feelings. You're allowed to have them all. You are a human being. You're allowed to have every single emotion and feeling that is under this sun, okay? But the problem is that when your body's in that protective mode and she does not want you to see the emotion, she does not want you to even look at it, just in case it hurts you. This is the trouble. She can't take that ball of energy, that ball of emotion, and just throw it away so that you don't see it. She has to hold on to it for you. She has to keep hold of that emotion. She has to stuff it down. She has to find somewhere inside of your body to store it, to hide it, to stuff it down. And there's only so much space in your body to store this energy, because pretty soon it starts popping up. And sometimes her hiding this stuff is such a massive blessing. It's the biggest grace your body can give you. But often it's literally just because she's so scared. She's so scared of what would happen. And if you feel like you are scared of your own thoughts, if you feel like you are afraid of that negative voice inside of your head, if you feel like you can't go to the toilet without your telephone, which is what I used to do, I had to have my mobile every time I went to the loo because I was afraid of what would pop inside of my head, then that means that you have had those emotions, those balls of energy inside of you for a long, long time. And that you've not shown your body much self-love lately. Because that voice is a sign that she's actually desperate for some self-love. She's desperate for you to take some of these balls of emotion and energy, to acknowledge them and release them and let them go. Just let them go. But because she loves you that much, she'll hold on to them for so long for you, for as long as she can. And do you know what? A lot of diseases, and scientists are actually proving this right now. A lot of trauma or pain that we hide away from causes actual disease inside our body. Physical ailments, physical, I can't think of the word, you know, so you actually have a consequence that your body stores this stuff. So you not only got the possibility of, you know, actually being harmed by the ways she's protecting you, but you've got the possibility of your body getting ill, getting sick, because of the fact that she's protecting you so well. That is why this is so important. This is so, so important. Okay? So we want to have another look. So, right, so we're back. We were at negative minds. We've also got emotional eating. And by emotional eating, I mean the whole range of food disorders. The whole range from one end to the other. Which is probably one of the most common ways that people realise their body is trying to protect them, but they don't see it as a form of protection. We've also got alcohol, we've got drugs, addictions. I actually think a lot of like my anxiety, and I've been diagnosed with OCD, I've been diagnosed with anxiety disorders, I've been diagnosed with depression. I actually think sometimes the symptoms, I say symptoms, is that the right word? The effects of those conditions that I've got are sometimes my body. I do honestly believe that sometimes it's my body that brings on something worse than what it could be, because she's protecting me from a certain situation. So if I've got anxiety about meeting someone, or anxiety about doing something, like say in a week's time, often I will get very, very ill before the event. And I do honestly believe that's my body's way of protecting me against like even pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And I'll tell you, this is the honest truth, as soon as I made the decision to start doing these videos, as soon as I made the decision to do my website, to get these memberships, set up, this has only been going on for a month now. The Self-Love Village has been on Facebook for about 2-3 years, but the actual website has only been live since December. And it was literally only about 3 or 4 days after I made that decision that I started to get boils on my face. Like, not just spots, like I've always, dealt with bad skin. Not just spots, no. Boils. And I'm still, I actually booked myself into a homeopath because that's something that I've wanted to do my entire life, and it got so bad that I was like, I've got to give it a try. And then I looked into my diet as well, and I've recently given up dairy and sugar, on top of all the stuff I was doing last year, and my juicing and all of that. So it's slowly healing up. It was so bad that my face was deformed. I don't know if you noticed, but in some of my videos from earlier, last month, you'll probably notice that I had my hair like this a lot. And that's because they were big, they were like out here. Because before I've made the decision to go out with this message and to be more active and to be seen, and I've got cold sores or I've got massive spots, and I've stopped because I've been like, oh, I better wait until my skin clears up so that people, because it looks messy. It looks like I don't look after myself. It looks messy. I'll wait. And then my body comfortable. No change there. Brilliant. She's safe again. I decided to do this. My face was like, and I was like, no, I'm sorry, I've got to do it anyway. I'm safe. I can cope with this. I'm safe. And I did the videos anyway. And I launched the site anyway. And then I got a cold sore. And I was just like, I'm sorry, that's not going to stop me. It can't stop me. Then I got ill. And do you know what? I allowed my body to heal. I gave my body everything she needed to heal, but I carried on with my goals because I knew she was trying to protect me from something. And a lot of people do not believe that your emotions can affect your physical health. And I truly believe it. I truly believe it. I've seen someone I love be in pain for years and years, and seen every single doctor that he could see, and nothing touches it. Nothing touches that pain. But he's grieving. He's grieving hard. He lost someone dear to him. So that pain stays. I honestly believe, sorry, I'm just checking on all the children. I honestly believe this stuff is all connected. So that's why it's so important to see what triggers your body's response to protect you, and to tell her again and again and again how safe she is. Because there's too many people out there. There's too many people out there dealing with addiction, dealing with pain, dealing with disease, dealing with all of this stuff that could be avoided if you were getting a bit ruckusy. There's too many people out there that are having to deal with this, and they don't know why. They don't know why they keep turning to alcohol when they know it's affecting their body, they know it's affecting their health, they know it's bad for them, but they keep on going back every single day. And it's because they're not actually in control of the decision. Their bodies are in control. And until we take that step into our own power, and we decide to tell our bodies, it's okay. Calm yourself down. I'm okay. I can cope. I can cope with this. It's not until then that your body will sigh. A whole wave of relief will come over you. Because she wants you to step into your power. She wants you to feel strong. But it also scares the crap out of her. It's scary for her. She actually wants to stop these unhealthy ways of protecting you. But she doesn't know any healthy alternatives. She doesn't know what to do instead. The sad fact is that we're not taught, like in schools, how to deal with our emotions. It's very rare that we're even taught at home, because our parents, are uncomfortable with emotions because their parents were uncomfortable with their emotions. And it's a massive circle. I know all of this stuff, and I still find it hard when my kid is crying his eyes out because he wants a toy or something. I still find it hard. I still want to cuddle him up and give him something to distract him. We are in a massive, massive culture of suppressing any emotion that we believe is bad. I mean, in the UK, we pretty much suppress even the good ones. I mean, you see like in other countries, and they have like weddings and stuff, and everybody's dancing around and, going crazy, like even before the reception, because they're just full of joy. And then there's us Brits like, good show, you know what I mean? Well, not exactly like that, but we let our hair down at the end of the night. But I'm saying is that so much of our emotions are suppressed that it's really, really difficult to allow them, to just acknowledge them and be okay with them. Looking at some ways that our bodies protect us. Later on in the video series, we're going to be talking about some healthy alternatives so that we can teach our bodies ways to protect us that actually feel good. But first of all, next week, we're talking about the whole view that we have in our mind about what health actually is. We're going to be looking at, are we looking to reduce our size or look better, or are we actually looking to get healthy? I shall see you next week. Bye guys.